GSL. My conscience is telling me.
Welcome back to the GSL Code A with Artosis and Moonblade. Well, we just saw Bomber advance 3-1, so that's exciting to have Bomber and Code S. He's definitely a player I would have in there every single season if you let me.
Yeah, he is one of those fan favorites, and you know he's still such a fantastic player after so many years. It's great to see him back. Yeah,
and I think he's someone that can actually go pretty far now that he's actually like on an actual team. Because a lot of times he's just kind of off doing his own thing. He's like, I don't know, I'm flying around a lot.
Yeah,
I'm sponsored by Red Bull.
Like part of StarTale, but you know they're kind of there.
Yeah, it's like, is that real still? And,
yeah.
But no, I mean Spenu, like overall as a team, their results have skyrocketed in the last 3 months, like insanely.
They completely turned around that team. Like they threw out so much money at that team and got so many good players in again. Yeah, it really is a revamped sort of team and so professional now.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see him going up to Code S, and now we have Hurricane going up against Symbol. Now, Symbol used to be one of our best Code S players for a very long time, always making it deep every single season. He was just like a shoo-in. It was like him and Party and a couple others that we were like, yeah, I mean, he's going to win eventually. He made it to a finals where he didn't do poorly. He just didn't have quite as many free units as his opponent. But right now, I don't ever see him really fielded.
He's never fielded in Pro League.
I can't remember the last time I really saw him play, except maybe last Code A or something.
Last time I saw him play was in DreamHack Valencia when he lost to Arium doing one base Immortals. So this is where Symbol is at right now. I mean, sure, it's like a really off-the-wall kind of strategy, but Symbol should know better. Maybe he shouldn't be losing this kind of cheesy sort of gimmicky play, but I feel like it also speaks volumes about where he is at right now. Like, he's having so much trouble, like, in these overseas tournaments, just dropping out very early on. Like, something's going on here.
Isn't that kind of weird that he's playing poorly, though? Because he's on Jin Air, right? He was, like, he was in a bad spot with teams for a while, but then he joined Jin Air, which is definitely one of the strongest teams right now.
Oh, yeah. Jin Air are doing fantastically. But it's kind of strange. We do see these players join a team. Maybe, like, because he joined not too long ago, he's still, like, getting accustomed to Kesper practice or something. He is one of those players that had so much freedom for so long.
Yeah, too much freedom for too long, I think. I think that's a really funny and good way to put it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on a Kespa team before. He was on Hwasong Oz in StarCraft I.
Yeah.
Which was the team of Jaedong. He was actually like a student of Jaedong almost.
Right.
So we were really excited when he came to StarCraft II and was kicking ass. It was like, well, damn, this guy was under Jaedong. But, yeah, I don't know.
He got a taste of the good life, and he stuck with it for a few years, and it had its toll on him.
He did.
So he's got to fix himself now. And
It's the best of us.
Jin Air will eventually fix him up, as long as he keeps practicing there and stays true to it. But today, man, up against Hurricane, I am not sure.
Yeah, Hurricane has still showed pretty good games. He is someone that gets fielded from time to time. Actually, I can't remember seeing him in Pro League for a little bit, but I mean, when I do see him pop out, I'm like, oh, this is some solid play. Okay.
Yeah, he comes out now and then, not as often as we'd expect him to for Samsung, but he gets the job done more often than not. And looking at these maps, I'm liking Hurricane's situation. You know, Iron Fortress in there, which is always going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But besides that, Terraform also another one. So I'm getting the impression that Symbol chose first, third, and fifth.
Yeah. If it goes to 5 games, I think Symbol takes it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Cactus Valley, actually. I mean, it's so big that I want to say Zerg, but, like, that area in between all the bases is like, that is force field heaven right there,
That's like one force field in your army's cut in half, essentially. That choke is ridiculous.
Oh, but wasn't it Rogue that I just saw make, like, 48 spines there or something and, like, just stop someone?
Yeah, I think you might have been right there.
I believe.
Yeah,
like, maybe...
It's a good place for a forest, that's for sure.
Yeah. A forest?
Yeah, man.
I love it.
Spine forest.
All right. Well, it looks like it is time, guys, to get this game going. It's going to be Symbol going up against Hurricane in HOT6 GSL Code A.
Down here in the bottom right, the Zerg player.
Jin Air Green Wings, Symbol.
Doesn't have much preparation time, you know, just coming back from Valencia as well.
He's probably jet lagged just like you.
Oh, man.
His opponent in the top left from Samsung.
Samsung Galaxy Hurricane.
Throwing down a pylon at that natural. So,
You know, I always like to look at players that are on the people's teams of the same race to kind of get a feel for what that might be like. And like Rogue is like the best Zerg on Jin Air, right? So,
yeah.
But Rogue is kind of a funny player the way he plays. He's not like
Artosis
for president. Oh yeah, I would be a great president. Forget Bernie Sanders, guys. Artosis in the house.
One pylon to rule them all.
Forget Donald Trump, guys.
Don't forget Donald, man. He's a fantastic candidate, from what I've heard anyway.
Oh my, oh my. GSL suddenly becomes a political show.
Oh, well, the most like uninformed Australian talking about American politics. Look at this.
Wow. Did not expect, but excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with it. Is he going to spine the front there with some... I guess he'd have to. It could work against Forge, Fast Expand.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Nesty did that? He did that against Inca, I believe it was. Like infinity years ago.
Yeah, and it was on that weird two-player map that was like a burnt world and a not burnt world.
Oh, Daybreak or something?
No. Come on. It was that map. It was really ugly. Two-player map. It was when 1-1-1s were still around.
Yeah, that was...
it was like half lava, half trees.
Yeah, I know exactly the map you're talking about.
I could probably make the map in the map editor, but I can't make the name in my mouth.
Oh boy, that is...
But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was
an exciting moment in StarCraft II.
Nesty had a lot of exciting moments, man. He was a great innovator.
Indeed. Well, the thing is, against a Forge Fast Expand, you get the whole wall, which is really cool. And many Protosses underestimate a move like that, and they don't make enough cannons, because you have to make, like, so many cannons.
So many cannons.
A lot of cannons, guys.
Like at least infinity.
Yeah, you just like make so many cannons that you're like, well, this looks stupid.
It's actually stupid. Like, that natural will be full. You can't even mine there anymore, but you'll be safe.
I wonder if Symbol's looking at him. He's like, oh no, I thought this was a gold base. Like, no, what are we? What are there's gold base. You could see it when you built the hatch. It's not a gold base.
It's like, oh, I was meant to put that to the right. Like, this is the right gold base. Oh.
It's like, oh man, I wasn't paying attention, and
like,
now I have to make this work
like,
somehow.
Oh man, I'm gonna die to one base immortal again. Let's see there. He's making lings now. He's got speed on the way. He's gonna stop the spine crawlers.
All right, and you know what? With that Cybernetics core in the front, this just made Symbol's strategy a lot more strong.
Absolutely.
Because now he gets a pylon, a forge, a gateway, and the Cybernetics core.
Then
and
all the links.
There's a very good chance that he gets the Cybernetics core before Warp Gate finishes. He would have to literally just chrono nonstop to have a chance to get it.
Yeah, look at this. He's credit boosting out sentries now. Second cannon as well, but that SimCity is horrible.
Yes.
Look at Queens are going to snipe the Zealot. What? It's like going to force out the force field at the worst time. It's like the last time he wants to be doing that.
Oh, man. And this is where he has to make those infinity cans we were talking about.
Yeah.
His Warp Gate is not going to finish. He does need sentries.
Oh, man, look at
He's not going to have enough.
He's going to get that pylon, the one that's powering everything.
That in control pylon? Well, it's going to get out of control for him very quickly then.
Yeah. Oh,
that was a Stalker. Wow.
Stalker got boxed in for a second. I thought he was going to go down. Well, kind of surprised he made a Stalker in this kind of situation.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, it can do all right in certain situations, but you really need sentries here.
Yeah, you need as much as you can.
This is rough, though. Those two queens are going to have transfusion energy pretty quickly here.
The last cannon's going to go down.
Yeah, guys, as soon as you see something like this, you just have to make, like, a ton of cannons. And the thing is, Hurricane isn't low enough on the ladder to know that like I am. Because he never hits this, and I do hit this sometimes.
Yeah. GG. Wow, great start for Symbol.
Yeah, fantastically done. Well-placed cheese.
Well-placed
game number one.
Yeah, nice start to this, no doubt. A little bit of preparation came into this. He knows that Hurricane loves his Forge Fast Expands, I guess.
Yeah, maybe something that's really popular in the Korean meta right now on this map.
You do see it kind of resurging again, like Forge just coming again and again more often these days.
Yeah, that's very true. Forge is super popular right now. Especially, I think it just has a lot to do with the map pool as well. Some of these big-ass 4-player maps, you really got to be very careful with how you open on them, and having the option to cannon rush can be nice.
Yeah. Certainly so. And Hurricane not looking too bitter about it. It's like, wow, that happened.
So what server is this guy from? Well, next map going to be Vani Research Station.
Yeah, this is much better for Protoss.
Yeah, certainly is.
We won't see any proxy hatcheries here. There's no way unless he wants to go up that ramp, and that would be just weird.
Well, the most proxy a hatchery could get would be at its gold.
Yeah, and that could be very possible considering it's possible. Yeah.
And in fact, Jin Air is a team that does that every now and then. I guess they don't. I feel like CJ does the most gold hatches against Protoss.
Yeah, I mean CJ, and then you've got like the likes of Lenok as well.
Yeah, Lenok, yeah, always.
He kind of like he was the one that was doing it before everyone else, I think. Like,
oh, he's the next level, like meta level of gold bases. Yeah. Like he's the only one that will ever go mutas off it.
And he'll like do 2 gold bases.
Because that counters all the counters to gold base. Yeah. It's like so fun. He's like just so smart.
Yeah, he's so smart. But he was smart, you know, at the start of the year. These days, he's like he forgot everything or something. I don't know.
Man, ups and downs of being a pro. Moonglade knows much of those.
It's ruthless, man. It's the most unforgiving, unforgiving game.
More unforgiving than Russian roulette.
Yep. Literally.
Alright, guys. Looks like the map is loading up. Symbol against Hurricane. Symbol leading 1-0. See if Hurricane can tie this one up.
Let's make it hot.
That's a wild song.
That's sick, man. Up here in the north, we have that Zerg player once again up a game.
Jin Green Wings Symbol.
When we see that gold base.
I would like to, but his opponent in the bottom center.
Samsung Galaxy Hurricane.
Got some fans in the audience for Hurricane.
Yeah, it filled up pretty good today. There's like actually a very decent amount of people here for a day of Code A.
Not bad considering it's like raining as well.
Yeah, the weather is not so good. Maybe that has something to do with it though. People are like, we gotta go inside.
Yeah.
Like, what's this building? I wonder what's on floor 2.
Wait,
what's in here? There's chairs. There's other people in there. That's weird.
The screens and some sort of computer game.
Well, here we are, Moonglade.
Here we are once again, Artasis.
At the beginning of a PVZ. So and with no hatches going up anywhere, that means that we have to wait till after that Cybernetics core for anything to truly occur.
Oh man. Well, look at this. Here's something. We're gonna see a drone head towards that 3rd base. So he's gonna play gentleman's game. He's not gonna go for the goal or anything like that.
He's gonna take 10 paces back and turn around and shoot. That's what this is.
That's exactly it.
This is a good old-fashioned pistol fight.
Wild West and just straight up. You know what? Let's make units. Let's see what happens.
I like it when there's a lot of units.
Yeah, unless there's a lot of force fields, then it's not as fun. Oh, look at that Nexus Fest.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Definitely a map that you're able to get away with it on quite often. And when he scouts, you'll realize that, great, it works out perfect. And in fact, his build is slightly more greedy than his opponent's here.
Yeah, he's getting away with it. Yeah, we did see that pool after the hatchery, so none of that super greed. I'm disappointed in Symbol. I thought he would have taken a leaf out of Rogue's book. I'm sure Rogue would have gone for the gold in this base, this map.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance he would have.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you have it. I guess that's kind of hidden in a way because you get to see a hatchery, so like maybe it throws you off a little bit.
Yeah.
But normally you take that one first.
Yeah, certainly so. But yeah, I do like it because of the timings. Will be a bit weird. He's like, no 3rd hatchery just yet. Looks like you're just staying on 2 base for now, maybe. Or maybe he's just like so experienced. He's like, well, it's not here, it's not there. It must be the gold.
Well, he's gonna go down.
See where that probe is rallied.
Yeah.
It could be actually towards that gold. Checking.
He's just double checking this, seeing what he sees.
Probably looking for gas as well. You know, you're so careful with that. Otherwise, if speed gets out too early and you're trying for a 3rd, like you can just lose the game there.
Well, he is gonna go over and scout this now. What would you suggest of him?
Suggest of Hurricane?
Yes.
To do?
Yes.
For From here, I wouldn't mind seeing Stargate. I think Stargate would be a great start.
Yeah.
Stargate, the gold that is late, so clearly not going to have 2 queens there.
I'm really liking double Oracle against gold bases these days.
Yeah, we did see, I think it was Classic.
Yeah.
I just never forget that game he had against Bial, where he just killed like every single drone at that gold base and just won it from there.
You know, when I was watching that, I was like thinking, because I've put like abnormal amounts of time thinking about gold bases into my life, in PvZ specifically.
Right.
It's like just something I'm very fascinated with.
Yeah, it's an interesting style.
And yeah, I mean, I really like the double Oracle. When you think about it, like the Oracle can the double Oracle can so quickly get in there, even if there's like a Spore or Queen, can kill basically all the drones, and percentage-wise that affects the economy more than killing drones at any other base. So the Oracle actually becomes more powerful against gold.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it's actually like quite a genius way to deal with gold bases. And I mean, Classic's the first person I ever saw do that. Like, we've had gold bases for so long, and people have just struggled and used terrible builds against them all the time. So just yeah, it's a little thing I wanted to say. Yeah, it's a really interesting thought, and it's completely true as well. And I think we actually might see a little bit of added aggression as well, considering that pylon coming up very close by. So maybe he's going to go for some 3-gate Zealots to help try and deal with that the hatchery itself, along with this Oracle. But he's going to be careful. There's so many links coming out. Yeah. Put the Roach Horn on the way. Like, the Zealots are, like, wasteful. They're not going to be able to do anything. There's so many Zerglings, as you said. Roach Horn coming up. It's really the Oracles that I feel like he's going to be relying on. But, you know, showing the Zealots is really cool because, hey, it forces all these units instead of drones. Yeah, certainly so. Look at this. It's going to be like, oh, crap. More Lings. Need more Lings. Yeah, a bunch of drones on the way. Looks like he is unafraid as of this moment. He's like, oh, I just made enough of those Zerglings. Oh, I don't think this is the right move there. No, you're supposed to go after the gold. But, you know, he's actually attacking over at the gold as well. And, I mean, it's just simply too many Lings. If he had his Oracle there. Yeah, like, he could have either killed all the Lings with the Oracles or Oracle. Or just gotten the drones. Like, yeah, I mean, that. I really feel like he should have gone after the gold base. Oh, man. Did he forget it? I think he forgot his Zergling speed as well. So, like, that's going to make things a little bit harder if more Stalkers get warped in. I feel like if this Oracle was doing its job and killing Zerglings, this would be such an easy fight. Yeah, yeah. I mean, then you have these ground units against nothing. Yeah, literally. Like, we can DPS down that hatchery, and he lost an Oracle. He targeted the Queen down because the Queen was there, and it's like, with the Spore on the way, there was no chance he wasn't going to lose that Oracle if he killed the Queen. I'm really confused. This is like... This is very unusual. It seems like really weird that he sent the Oracle to the natural instead of the gold when he had... Like, if both those had worked, then Symbol would be bad, and, you know, he would win with anything, right? Yeah, like, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Like, you'd have to be that bad to take that much damage from these 2 stray Oracles instead of, like... the Oracle is dealing with the Zerglings, and now the Zerglings are going to get cancelled in this 3rd base because it's completely undefended right now. If only speed was done, it's going to be done in a few seconds, but that's going to make things a lot easier as well. Well, I guess he's going to hold on for now. A lot of drones coming on the way. You know, he did end up killing a total of 14 drones, so that's like, it's still like all right, and he does still have an Oracle flying around and harassing a little bit. I'm very surprised those Lings aren't actually going to try for that 3rd base at all now that speed is finished. You know, they could maybe get a good engagement on the Stalker Sentry. It's like a perfect army to surround, even to just force out force fields. You know, make sure there's less for later. Well, I still caught a little bit off guard about that, but looks like he is taking his 4th base here. Hurricane's still looking all right. Still anyone's game, I would definitely say. Yeah, not too much damage from either side. The aggression not... Oh, the Oracle's finding enough to kind of make it okay that his gateway aggression failed, I guess. Like, it's like, well, you warped in so many Stalkers and Zealots and they didn't do anything. A little mistake there with the gas, but... Well, that is a very highly mining gold base at the moment, with Hydralisks on the way. Definitely going to have a very scary and big army coming up, but there's this cool thing It's called Blink Stalker Sentry Immortal.
Oh, I love it.
You may have heard of it.
Oh, biggest fan.
It's pretty good against Zerg, and you know it's if you get some high tempos mixed in there, if they go Hive,
oh man, if
you're basically good to go.
High Templar means you just can't do anything. Oh, nice, nicely done with the Lings here.
At that point, you have to start thinking about Brood Lords.
Yeah, that's probably your only chance, right? But look at this Baneling Nest on the way as well for Symbol. I wonder how he's going to use that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
That.
Actually, I didn't get to see the game, but Rotterdam was watching while I was casting, and he said that Mosira was using Banelings against Classic.
Yeah?
At Shenzhen.
Oh, man.
I didn't get to see this game yet, but
beautiful surround there.
It fascinates me, and I really hope to see something like that again.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Let's see how he's going to use it there. I mean, maybe if he gets like ventral sacks or something. I want to see Baneling drops, man. You remember when that was a thing?
Oh yeah,
that was a thing against Protoss. That was so cool. Such a rare thing these days.
Indeed.
It's an Infestor on the way.
I love one Infestor. I've actually seen more and more Zergs pop out one Infestor recently. And just like the thing is, one fungal growth can really change stuff.
Yeah,
like they don't expect or anything. You just bam on some stalkers like sup.
Especially if you got Ling upgrades, which is what he's going for. But he doesn't have pathogen glands, so it's going to be a pretty empty Infestor to start things off. Kind of get the impression he wants to go for that Ultra style eventually as well. If he is, if he's investing in this kind of upgrades, like.
But I gotta say, like right now, Hurricane's doing a really good job keeping him busy with this War Prism. He's like, really keeping him off his back so that he can get up into the tech he wants.
Yeah, it's such a powerful, form of harassment on this map because of that back natural. Like, it's so hard to defend unless you have mutas or something.
What do you think about this Colossus that he's making?
I think it's important. I think it's needed against the kind of Lings that we do see on the map. Like, just a couple, one or two, throw them in, and then you start the Immortal production again. If it's going to be that kind of Ultralisk play. If not, Templar, fantastic. Well,
I would say you're definitely right. It is for the amount of Zerglings that are out here, because he isn't even starting Thermal Lance. It looks like he does want to get into that Psystorm, which is so popular right now. But with that Hive up and a Viper on the way, and hopefully for Symbol, like maybe another Viper.
Hopefully more than one.
Yeah,
that's always a key thing when you're using Vipers. Don't just have one. Ooh, nice.
So if they kill it, suddenly your battle is lost. But yeah, the Ultra's Cavern on the way. A couple more hatches coming up, one of which is going to be at that crucial 5th base. Yeah, they're both kind of getting into everything they want, though.
Yeah, I kind of like, from here, Symbol's position. I mean, he's got that 4 bases up and running for a while now, and that 5th on the way. So he's up the base, he's got the 8 gases that he wants to go to late game. And if he can keep this 5th alive as well and prepare himself appropriately for whatever might be coming, he should be in a great place. But Hurricane looks like he is going to be defensively playing this game, like playing it like Classic would play a PvZ right now, which is just sit in the back for just wait to see what happens and make the right composition.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way to play the matchup at the moment. Not a lot of great initiating units for Zerg here.
No.
But as of this moment, we do have some Banelings out, which is really cool. Only like 5. Not sure what he wants to do with those exactly, but
that's so interesting. I mean, maybe like to wipe out the Zealots or something. That might be.
Yeah, that could be.
Look, they're actually moving in here.
Or maybe he's just going to run him in the mineral line.
It's it's a buster ramp so Lings can run by.
Oh.
There we go.
That's cool.
That's cool. Let's see if he gets the job done.
Yeah, isn't going to do it this time, but that's like, that's kind of I like that idea a lot, actually.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's like kind of fresh.
It is fresh. It's like thinking outside the box in a big way. 5th base went down while that was happening, but this army should crush.
That's right. He has Thermal Lance. He has Psystorm.
Oh, the blink forward as well. Oh my
God! And there's those Fungals, man. Absolutely insane. Those suckers unable to shoot because, of course, of the green cloud right over them. And that was a really nice move. But we have a lot of Zealots being warped into the main base. You're going to have to see Symbol come back for that.
It was fantastic until those storms came down and Symbol didn't move. Like, he took maximum damage with his army. And now it's a bit of a hard fight here. That Immortal's going to create a lot of problems with these Ultras.
And it looks like he is going to get up here. Some pretty good surface area there for Symbol for a moment. is going to throw down another Blinding Cloud there, getting those Ultras in right underneath it. And getting forward, I think he's going to be able to erase the rest of that army.
Yeah, he looks like he certainly will be.
He's got to recall out of there, man. If he can save like 2 of the Colossus, that's pretty great. Oh, he saves all 3.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And he gets that pocket natural as well.
Yeah.
Main base is in shambles. 15 drones have gone down. This War Prism is creating so much havoc. I love when I see Zerg players go for, 2 mutas.
Yes.
Just to simply deal with that War Prism, especially on this map, because of the sole reason.
Indeed. A couple of mutas definitely could have changed everything here. This War Prism,
God.
It has kept Symbol busy this game. It has now done so much harassment damage. If that didn't exist, he would have another base. It's just insane what this War Prism has gotten done.
Yeah, it's essentially winning the game for Hurricane right now. Just ridiculous amounts of damage. It's just completely left unchecked. You have to have a Spire on this map.
Well, Symbol has had some really cool moves here, but between that last attack, which killed off his 5th, plus a bunch of his expensive units, and the fact that he got out with his Colossus while having 4 bases behind it, and killing one with a War Prism, it's like, I gotta say, I'm liking the position of Hurricane a lot more. As long as he doesn't walk into the middle of the map against this many Ultras, I think he's in great shape.
It's all about, right now, Hurricane making that composition that's going to beat it. Like, he knows what's out there. He knows exactly what Symbol has, and he knows he has to make Immortal, Archon, get Storm, and make sure he has like a recall. Yeah,
that's about it. And like, don't walk onto a big area of creep. Don't walk through the middle of the map. Go around the sides. You got to make really sure that the Ultras don't get an insane engagement on you, because that's how Symbol wins this game from here.
Yeah, certainly so. And Ling's preparing for a counterattack, but I'm liking this position once again for Hurricane. All those Ultras by themselves without really any support units. You're going to need Blinding Cloud or Fungal to help out against this.
Certainly. You definitely want some more units as well. A few Banemans actually being morphed, which is kind of cool. More Ultras on the way right now.
Oh, he's going to go for that run-by again.
Oh, yeah, it does look like it. Oh, the Zealot's going to come up and ruin everything for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they're that upgraded, it's just not going to work out. He's going to bailing them, but now there's no Lings left over. Oh, man.
Some really cool ideas with these Banes just not working so far in this game.
What? There's an Immortal up there.
Well, it looked like he almost soloed a hatch, so I guess so.
I guess it worked out. Here we go.
Oh, nice yank right there by the Viper. A lot of Side Storms going off. That is a lot of Ultras, though. You can't be out in the middle against that. Throwing down a lot of Side Storms, trying to make some Archons as he micros back. Going to lose another Colossus, maybe? No. In fact, he does hold back some fantastic micro. And oh my god, these 2 Archons getting very low but not dying.
Yeah, so low. And now this is a horrible place for these Ultras to be. I mean, so many Stalkers there. So many Blink Stalkers, they can just micro around these Ultras if they're paying attention.
Yeah, he can completely out-micro this army at this point. It almost went towards Symbol, but not quite. Hurricane going to be able to clean that up. And with clean up all those Ultras, that's basically the game. GG. That was a really interesting one, actually. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, solid play from Hurricane. He did exactly what he had to with the War Prism, and Symbol did not have an answer for it. And that's why he lost so many bases for it. He lost that 5th base, he lost the natural, took damage in the main as well as the gold base. Just all his economy getting torn to shreds, and he couldn't make good use of that composition he had.
Well, I gotta say, I think that Symbol's playing a lot better than I thought he would coming into today.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm very surprised.
Because definitely was sounding like he had a very unimpressive DreamHack Valencia run. But overall, I liked a lot of the moves he made. I really liked the fact that he mixed in a couple Infestors in there. He went right up to those Vipers. He did go into the Ultra Tech. Was going towards that, as you said, with that plus melee attack upgrade. It was a neat game. But that one big attack that killed his 5th while the War Prism worked on his back natural, like his pocket natural, that was like a game-winning move there by Hurricane.
Yeah, completely. And I think it's always going to be the case in that map, in that matchup. So you should have an answer for it. I mean, there's no excuse not to have one.
I just saw him with his hand like motion. He was like, "Oh, that War Prism was in my base. It got me."
Yep, no doubt about that.
But you know what? The next map is Iron Fortress. And that's a really tough map for Protoss.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Hurricane go for maybe a 2-baser on this one.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. What about Symbol? What do you want to see from him here? Would he mix in cheese possibly?
I want to see him go Ridge Hydra Viper. I want to see him survive the 2-base, and I want to see him just play a macro game and crush him in the mid game, because it is so hard for the Protoss to defend a third if Hurricane wants to go for it.
Yeah, you have to really just be on top of absolutely every force field, every blink. You know, it's funny because I generally thumbs this map down when I was playing it, and it's like, but then I see people like Hero or Parting play, and they're like, no, I got the third, it's not an issue. I'm like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean,
cool story, bro.
They mix in so many all-ins as well, especially Parting. He'll have like 5 stalkers with the map chrono boosted out of the first gateway and like harassing you the whole time while he does everything.
Top pros, man.
They make it look easy.
They certainly do.
Especially Maru.
Yeah, especially.
Him against Protoss just doesn't make sense to me.
It's the most beautiful thing you can see, basically. Yeah, Smart against Protoss. All right, guys. It is game number 3 starting up here. Symbol going up against Hurricane on Iron Fortress in the HOT6 GSL Code S.
Down here in the bottom left, the Zoe player losing last game 1-1.
Gene Green Wings Symbol.
Logitech G9X.
Oh,
Love that mouse.
it's a great mouse. And his opponent in the bottom right, the Protoss player.
Samsung Galaxy Hurricane.
I used to use the G9X myself.
Yeah?
Yep. Let Grubby borrow it. Never got it back.
Really? Those are
Grubby, you can have it. It's fine.
They're expensive, man. They're like $150.
They're discontinued at this point.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you want them, go get them. I actually use a Zowie Miko now, which I actually like slightly more than it.
Really?
Yeah.
You like it more than a G9?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I like simple 800 DPI mice. Always have, always will.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you need more DPI? Shut up. Oh, you need 6,000 DPI? No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you need 800 or more.
Yeah, you do not need that much. I used to use a Razer Crate.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
That was a fantastic mouse. I think they stopped making them as well.
Yep, that one is, I believe that one's discontinued as well.
That was such a beautiful design. It was small enough.
That's a really old one, too. That one is like 8 or 9 years old is when that first came out.
Right. Yeah, I certainly used that in Warcraft 3 a lot.
Yeah.
And Brood War, and
I knew some Brood War guys that use that. Noni actually used that mouse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good mouse. And here we go. He's actually going to be aggressive behind this by the looks of it. We did see double probe scout. So he wants to bank.
Is that probe going to come towards this base?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, it's going to go home. Well, with this many probes out, you don't always want to try this. It becomes very expensive to actually get a cannon rush to work. Sometimes you can force it if the drones aren't spaced right, but Symbol defended that very well, so it looks like Hurricane just has to go ahead and make a Nexus.
It's so interesting that we see it so often as well these days. Like the probe will come out. Like this time he was like had the intent of going for that cannon rush, but the moment those drones came down, he just gave it up completely. He's like, well, you know, I can't do it now.
Yeah.
And I think like that's always going to happen these days. Like there's almost no point in trying to force it like that.
It's actually like, you know what it is now? This is really funny because there was a point in time where cannon rushes in general weren't completely solved, and it was like a little bit confusing. It was a little bit scary on both sides. Like, is this going to work? Is this going to work? But now it's actually like Reaper harassment, where it's like you show it and you have it, and then they show that they know how to stop it, and then it's over.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree, like, it's going to force a number of drones off the line, so they're going to lose a lot of mining time, but he committed 2 probes to that, so he also took a hit.
Oh, certainly. Because he committed the 2 probes, I think it's probably a little bit better for Symbol overall here, but it's an interesting thing that we do see it so often right now in this game.
Yeah.
In this game, StarCraft II.
This game, StarCraft II, happens. Not other games, though. I don't think we see many forges.
No. Well, I'm going to wait for this cybernetics core to finish up.
We'll find out exactly how this game's going to be played out.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys at home have heard that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Those of you watching live in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Or the very early morning.
Pretty early evening for Australians.
That's right.
Probably around 7:30 now or something.
Yeah, right around there it should be.
Great time. Everyone's having dinner back at home.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do on doses.
Eat dinner and watch GSL?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
That's how
Because do you know how I watch Pro League and SSL?
How?
With my dinner.
Oh, man. It's the way to live, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is for these people that have to wake up at 3 a.m. for it, but I respect them for that.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Back in StarCraft 1, I would watch Pro League Live. I had access to a Korean online on-game net account.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was fantastic. I would eat peanut butter toast and drink green tea and stuff like that.
I used to download them from the Team Liquid site back when they had that VOD tracker.
Yeah.
So I used to watch a bunch of them back then, but I didn't know the players or anything like that. I was kind of just a fan of the show.
Beautiful show indeed. Did you ever think you'd cast it one day?
Nope. Never, ever.
I bet.
Especially back then when I was such a nerd.
Well, looks like we're going to have a Warp Prism 4 gate coming up here.
Yeah, look at that.
We have 3 spores on the way. That's not really going to do too much.
Sentry's in the making as well, so do you think he might be going for the ramp in this kind of situation?
With 2 sentries out before he goes, yeah, he could.
Yeah, you know.
He definitely could. He could give that a try.
He's got to avoid the overlords, but I
think he's going to go behind minerals.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. You never get to see those people go for the ramp these days.
Yeah, that's like...
It's too figured out. It's just, it's like, oh, I know this is coming now.
Anyone that would die to that would just... I mean, that would be shameful, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Overlord's going to see it instantly. He could actually drop these sentries and stalk and kill the Overlord, too.
I like him not doing it only because he already made the 4 gates.
Yeah, but
so I want to see him, if he can get some damage, yeah. Like, he will eventually kill that Overlord, likely. But, yeah, you may as well see if you can get some damage done here with this really quick warp in.
Well, 11 roaches only just begun.
Yeah, this is... He's going to... This... Well, he should have maybe let the drones go, but looks like he is going to have to play Ring Around the Rosie here.
Oh, this is actually horrible, but so many roaches going to come out of this natural. It should be okay. And there we go, coming out on top of the Stalker.
Yeah, picks up a sentry here.
Oh,
doesn't get the...
Oh, what?
Doesn't actually get that, fortunately.
He should have picked that up. That was a bit of a blunder there, but Immortal's behind this. And a Twilight, so maybe we're going to see that Immortal Blink Stalker roll in off 2 base.
I think that is what we're going to see most likely, and pretty much you called it there. I mean, this is, if you're going to do a 2 base all-in on a map, this is a very decent choice for it, just because of how hard that 3rd base is to take.
Not a bad position for it either, you know. He can make his way up through that back entrance down south, like the south-south, if he wants to.
Tack down a hill, get your pylon in a really nice spot so you can use your prism for some micro.
Oh, yeah. But he's also clearing up the 3rd base. Could just be a fake, though. I feel like it should be a fake, considering how many Immortals and all that he's making. Just pretending he might be going for that 3rd.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you can fall back on a 3rd base or something like this and just, like, have this big army, like, way back in, like, what, 2012, we'd see Protosses do things like this on maps with wide open 3rds.
Yeah.
Where they'd be like, okay, now I have Immortals and Blink on the way.
Oh.
So now I can take this 3rd because roaches are scary.
This essentially used to be, like, the main build order for this matchup. Like, they just make this ball, and it'd get bigger and bigger as the game got later. More sentries be added in. So it's so hard to fight, even though it's on 2 base, it just keeps growing.
Yeah.
So the Zerg has to kind of, like, make sure it transitions at the right period, or, like, they can just lose the game at any point.
Well, looks like right now Symbol going to go ahead and take his 4th base. Gets harassed slightly here by Hurricane. Got some decent damage on it, to be honest.
He's investing in a lot of Hydras, and I do like the Spire on the way. It's going to help out against that Warp Prism. Maybe his coach came in and was like, bro, make a Spire.
I think actually he did.
Yeah.
Like, we saw them in there talking.
Yeah.
I know that hand symbol of the Warp Prism. Okay, so, like, I know that's what they were talking about, because that definitely cost him that game.
Yeah, certainly so. And not a bad army for Hurricane right now to apply the pressure. Symbol's actually going to give that up.
Well, I mean, already this is pretty successful for Hurricane. Of course, we have a lot more supply for Symbol, especially when these Lings and Hydras pop out. He's going to have that +1 range attack pretty soon, which will help out. But Hurricane continuing to push forward, putting the pressure on.
Yeah. And we're
not a big enough army yet.
No, we're not even seeing warp-ins. I think there's just like some false pressure here at this point. It's like, well, I actually canceled that 4th base. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. Now I'm going to keep pressing just a little bit while I take that 3rd and tech to Colossus.
Yeah. You know what? With no Infestation Pit or anything like that, if he's just on Roach Hydra Ling, as long as Hurricane gets into position, he's at that point in the game where it's going to be very hard to kill him. You're going to need Vipers.
Yeah, you need Vipers for sure. If it's going to get, this kind of army's going to get bigger. He's going to kill the 4th again. And if he goes in the Colossus, Symbol's going to have no choice but to go for Corruptors, and that's like the last thing they want to be investing in.
Yeah. Oh, man. Roach Hydra Corruptor, welcome back 2010. What am I even seeing?
The worst times, man.
They were the worst of times. They were the worst of times.
They were bad times for everyone, man.
They may have to come back.
This game at least, but look at this. Great trading with those force fields. Well, actually, they weren't the best force fields, but they did a little bit of damage. Still applying pressure. Look at the supply difference right now.
Yeah, I think this is about the time where Hurricane walks back, plays defensively, gets a slightly higher supply, and then looks at the layer tech of his opponent and rolls over it.
This is like kind of like the exact thing that Symbol should be going for, though. You know, he's got this sick army, and now it's up to Hurricane to defend 3 bases, 3 very spread out bases against this kind of army.
Yeah, and look, he is making those Corruptors, as you were saying, Moonglade.
Wow.
He's putting a lot into this. Obviously, those Colossus can go down quickly, but that is a lot of supply in flying Corruptors. Now, you know, I think this is going to come down very heavily to force fields and to this Blink Micro, but to be perfectly honest, there's not really that many sentries here. This is far less sentries than actually what I expected to see.
Yeah, he's going to have about 8 all up after just warping in 2 more, and they all don't have that much energy either. So,
a prolonged battle can definitely go Symbol's way here.
Yeah, if he baits out a bunch of force fields and comes back for it, like he should be able to steamroll this army almost.
Yeah, he's definitely got a whole lot more supply.
Yeah, he's like up 50 army supply right now. That's huge. That's ridiculous.
All right, well, it looks like it's about time for him to go in. He's going to go ahead and poke into that 3rd base with Mexican. He'll turn around, and here we go. He's pushing forward right now. We do have some force fields going down. These Corruptors trying to move forward right now. Good force fields. Nice pullback here by Hurricane.
Yeah, very nice. I'm actually kind of surprised we do see Symbol keep committing to this. He's losing so many units before they actually get a chance to fight. Last Colossus is going to go down, though.
Well, it does, but the Colossus got quite a few good shots off there, and with these more Stalker Warpins, he might be able to just barely carve through this army.
Yeah, it's going to be a close trade here.
Yeah, he lost every Sentry, every Immortal, and every Colossus, so he's trying to make another Colossus. I guess since he how many Corruptors did he kill? He killed most of the Corruptors that were out.
It looks like he's got like 4 maybe flying up towards the north there.
Yeah.
But he can reinforce with 4 more, and he should have more than enough to deal with any fresh Colossus.
I almost feel like after a battle like that, you focus more heavily on like Sentries and Stalkers, but I guess if he gets the Colossus out and it doesn't get picked off immediately, it can obviously be very, very helpful.
Yeah, just the Remax is going to be so scary to deal with from Symbol. I mean, he's almost maxed out, and once again, this time, he's up about 70 army supply right now. It's kind of disgusting.
Well, it looks like right now we do have Hurricane pulling back a little bit. Symbol poking around. Really scary army right now to try to deal with. There's about 7 Corruptors out. Yep, 7. So
perfect number for 1 Colossus.
Yeah.
Oh, blink forward. He's going to start working on that 3rd base, and this is the problem with this map, man. Look how spread out it is. And here we go. Just a fight out in the open with very limited force fields.
And it looks like he's just going to get on top of these Stalkers. There's not enough force fields in here. And he's going to lose that Colossus in a matter of seconds. Losing this 3rd base at the same time. This is basically it. That's
GG.
GG.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to hold the 3rd in this map. I'm kind of surprised he went for it. I like the idea of Blink Stalker Immortal, but if you're not going to all in from it, you're going to take it to that mid to the late game and not find too much damage, then I think you're just going to get steamrolled by Zerg every time.
Do you know what I'm a little bit weirded out by is that he keeps going Colossus? Because like he starts out with like the Blank Stalker Immortal, which makes me think he's like really up to date on the metagame. And then he goes Colossus, which makes me think he thinks that Swarm Host still exists. Because like most top Protosses right now are kind of skipping Colossus overall. Like maybe late game they'll get them, but if they really want splash damage, a lot of times they're going to High Templars.
Right.
You know, because obviously they deal with Vipers a whole hell of a lot better than Colossus do.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird to see him do it. I'm like excited to see it because I want to see it work. I miss making Colossus in the matchup.
Yeah, sure.
But it doesn't seem to be working all that well.
It's certainly more rare these days, and we can see why in that game.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll see if Hurricane can start to climb out of this pit that he's in. It is on match point for Symbol. But first, we're going to go ahead to a quick commercial break. So we'll see you in a minute.